Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled among lush green hills, there lived a young boy named Kavi. Kavi was a curious soul, always seeking to understand the world around him. One day, as he sat beneath the shade of a towering Bodhi tree, he noticed the villagers bustling about, their minds filled with worries and distractions. Intrigued by their restless demeanor, Kavi decided to seek guidance from the wise old monk who resided in the village temple. As he approached the temple, he could feel a sense of peace enveloping him, as if the very air itself whispered secrets of tranquility. Inside the temple, Kavi found the monk deep in meditation, his eyes closed and his breath steady. With reverence, Kavi approached the monk and bowed respectfully. "Dear monk," Kavi began, "I seek your wisdom on how to focus on oneself and not be swayed by the distractions of others." The monk opened his eyes, a gentle smile playing upon his lips. "Ah, young one, you have come seeking the path to inner peace. Sit beside me, and I shall tell you a tale." And so Kavi settled himself beside the monk, eager to learn. In a distant land, there once lived a great sage named Ananda, the monk began. Ananda was revered for his wisdom and clarity of mind. People from far and wide would come to seek his counsel. However, the monk continued, Ananda's greatest challenge was not in guiding others, but in guiding himself. He found that his mind often wandered, distracted by the worries and opinions of those around him. Kavi nodded in understanding, for he too had felt the pull of outside influences on his own thoughts. One day, as Ananda sat in meditation, he was visited by a wise old sage who had traveled from a distant mountain. The sage observed Ananda's struggle and offered him a simple piece of advice. "Focus on the breath," the sage said. "In every inhale and exhale, find the rhythm of your own being. Let go of the thoughts that do not serve you and return to the stillness within." The monk paused, allowing the words to sink in. And so, Ananda began to practice this teaching, the monk continued. With each breath, he found a sense of peace and clarity. He realized that true focus begins with turning inward, tuning out the noise of the world and listening to the whispers of the soul. Kavi listened intently, his heart stirred by the wisdom of the tale. "But dear monk," Kavi asked, "how can I learn to focus on myself amidst the distractions of everyday life?" The monk smiled warmly. "Ah, young one, the journey to self-focus is a gradual one, filled with patience and practice. Begin by setting aside a few moments each day for quiet reflection. Find a peaceful spot, free from distractions, and simply sit in silence. As you sit, pay attention to your breath," the monk continued. "Feel the rise and fall of your chest with each inhale and exhale. Notice the thoughts that arise in your mind, but do not cling to them. Instead, let them pass like clouds drifting across the sky." Kavi nodded, eager to begin his own journey of self-discovery. "Remember," the monk said, placing a hand on Kavi's shoulder, "you are the master of your own mind. By learning to focus on yourself, you can find a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, regardless of the distractions that may arise." With gratitude in his heart, Kavi bid farewell to the monk and returned to the village. As he walked along the winding path, he felt a newfound sense of clarity and purpose blooming within him. From that day forth, Kavi dedicated himself to the practice of self-focus. With each passing day, he found it easier to quiet the chatter of the outside world and listen to the wisdom of his own heart. And though the journey was not always easy, Kavi knew that he was on the path to true inner peace, guided by the timeless teachings of the wise old monk and the sage named Ananda.